Big fella, I will give you credit for sending me this news. I know, but I gotta mention it because again, after all, it is on the show. James Pierce Jr. The NFL announced an 8-game suspension. I think Adam Schefter, from ESPN or Ian Rappaport, they reported it. He's suspended for the first 8 games of the season for violation of the league's personal conduct policy, going back to that domestic dispute incident with him and Rakia Jackson. Big fella, it's just only from bad to worse for you and BRF's Atlanta Falcons, because Jalen Walker is out for the season, unfortunately. James Pierce Jr. is going to be suspended for 8 games. So we got to wait and see how he comes back and be in shape and condition. Kevin Stefanski's first year as the head coach. You got the situation with Tua or Michael Penix. BRF, you mentioned about the offensive line with Atlanta, but I told Champ and he couldn't agree with more because he is a boxer. I mean, doesn't matter if with that offensive line, if one of them quarterbacks get hit once, they get punch drunk. I mean, in the words of Mike Tyson, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. I'm worried that one of them, they get hit just like that. And where are those hospitals in Atlanta, Champ?
Grady and Piedmont.
I am concerned about the Atlanta. I am concerned about the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, talent. We always said about Atlanta. Talent. The talent is there. They have so much talent. They're loaded with talent, but unfortunately, it's just something's going wrong with the ATL, man. And it's really unfortunate. I wasn't really surprised that James Pierce Jr. was going to be suspended, Champ, because obviously Roger Goodell, he will not hesitate to make an example out of somebody. I hope for James Pierce Jr., look, you're only lucky you get 8 games.
Yeah.
As opposed to the entire season. So, I don't know. I hope for James Pierce Jr., and even though, Champ, BRF, we knew he had some character issues coming out of Tennessee, I hope moving forward, he better not Atlanta should have a 0 tolerance policy on him. And again, they had to set the example the right way, Champ, because again, you play in a market like Atlanta, and you know how Atlanta is with the black woman. If he get less than 8 games or just like a 4-game suspension, given what he did with the video, Champ, because again, we see it better than we hear it or read it. Can you imagine how outraged Atlanta would have been if he had less than 8 games of a suspension?
That would have alienated a lot of women fans up there, and I doubt them ticket sales would have went like right. That ass. Like, I really think it would have been alienating for them.
And Atlanta, to make matters even worse, it's gotten so bad with the quarterback situation. Matt Ryan, the great Matt Ryan, is even taking time throwing passes to the current team.
Mm-hmm. At the practice, at training camp. Yes, the Atlanta curse is deep, man. That curse is something else.
Worse than the Kardashians?
No, that ain't. It's worse. It's worse. It's nasty because the thing is, number one, he deserved that suspension. Number one, I thought he was going to get suspended for the whole damn year. To be honest with you, especially after that police, especially given
the details that we know,
given the details of this political climate, you damn near you're lucky to be alive. Hell, just being real, because given what you did to that officer, boy, because you would have ran up on the right one doing that. Yeah, you'd have been a hashtag. Let's just keep it all the way a buck. You'd have ended up a hashtag. So you're lucky to be alive, much less have another chance to play football. Now, this is not going to affect you. This is going to affect you in the short term and the long term, because you got to worry about your next contract too. Yeah. And you can best believe that's the first thing that they're going to put in that next contract if you get one. If they don't trade you after this year.
They won't.
So, hey, look, you never know.
His play would have to significantly drop for them to even remotely consider trading him.
So, I mean, we've seen it before, but
Either that or his off the field behavior.
Yeah,
Becomes,
either that or he can't stay out of trouble. But he strikes me as the type that this is one of these things he's gonna take it with him and not do it again, and come out and play well the last 9 games of the season. I mean, let's we thinking too far ahead. Let's get him back on the field. Let's see what he does, and then we go from there. I think we as fans we like to think ahead a little too much. Let's bring it back.
That's my fault.
It's the first preseason game. I'm not really worried about it right now. Denver's beating them right now, but like I said, I never care about preseason. My main thing is I want to see starters come in, get good reps. I want to see how they look. Starters are going to play the first game. They're going to play the third game. I want to see how they look. And then we go from there as far as like getting all the starters on the field week 1. Because, I mean, Brian Robinson started. I mean, there's no Bijan. I mean, you're going to get some of the starters. You're not going to get them all. So let's just kind of see how it goes. Because honestly, I know some people are like freaking out about the pass rush and everything. Losing Jalen Walker. I mean, you're losing James Pierce. I am personally on the Kendall Daniels and Harold Perkins bandwagon in terms of guys that can come in that can make an immediate impact as linebackers. So, and Jeff Ulbricht's system isn't necessarily about having like one true dominant person anyway. It's about having a bunch of guys that can run, talent, shared wealth as far as being able to rush a quarterback and get sacks, which is pretty much what it was last year. So we'll just when it gets to that point, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? In the first 8 games, if we're 2-6, yeah, definitely talk to me at the end. But let's get there first.
Quick question for you, VRF, since you are a fellow Atlanta fan. Should we put ourselves in the hunt for a Vita Vea at this point?
Kayvon Thibodeau.
Okay.
Kayvon Thibodeau. If I'm the
49ers are there trying to make an argument for Vita Vea.
Yeah, Vita Vea, or should we?
We don't. Can I be on? With a guy like with Brandon Dorless. I mean, I understand why, but if you're worried about the pass rush, you call up the New York Giants and say, "Hey, we'll give you a day 2 pick for Kayvon Thibodeau." That's what you do. If you're worried about because Vita Vea, as good of a defensive lineman as Vita Vea is, he's not necessarily. He can get to the quarterback, but he's not.
He's more of a run stopper.
He's more of a run stopper, and we're not exactly lacking in the defensive tackle position with the guys that we're bringing back. So I feel personally, if I'm Ian Cunningham, if I'm Matt Ryan, if the possibility ever presents itself, New York Giants, I'll give you a day 2 for Kayvon Thibodeau.
What about is there any chance that you could think this is just me reaching? I know this is a reach. Before I let this come out of my mouth, is there any chance that you could think of that they could say, "Hey, let's reach out to one Christian Wilkins and see what was the controversy about it, bring him in"?
After that IG post, I do not want to talk about Christian Wilkins at this point in time, but I will.
Because you sent me that, boy, and the song.
Let me, bro. Down low was so diabolical on that post. I laughed out loud. I was like, I got to send this post, but here's the thing, and I've said this about Christian Wilkins. Christian Wilkins, before all the stuff happened with the Raiders, you couldn't tell me Christian Wilkins was not a top 5 defensive tackle in the league at that moment of time when the Vegas Raiders signed him. I thought he was going to bring so much of that defensive.
Have to do his part to stay away from touching people.
Exactly. Quit kissing foreheads. Okay, let's not do that. Let's not.
No, not just that.
Let's not do that. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but let's not do that.
No, not just that. Do you remember the whole situation with him and Josh Allen?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, Christian Wilkins. I mean, I appreciate you being secure within yourself, bruh.
I still left it that Clemson.
Everybody don't like that.
Remember Clemson when they won the national championship?
That dude did
a whole split, bro.
That dude did a tip drill split.
No, boy. He said it must be your ass because it ain't your face, bro. Like, no.
I'm talking about like a ballerina dancer. Put his whole leg in it.
Boy.
Well, James Brown well, did it?
And the crazy thing about it, is that the athleticism that he's
Where my fucking bottle of Hennessy?
bro. I mean, and the crazy thing about it, it's like we said it. I say it time and time again about the University of Clemson. They don't miss at the defensive tackle spot. They don't miss. Grady Jarrett, Dexter Lawrence,
Peter
Christian
Woods.
Wilkins. They don't miss when it comes to
William
defensive
Perry.
tackles.
William the Refrigerator Perry.
They don't miss when it comes to D tackles. But yeah, I saw that clip after they won the national championship. I'm like, bro, quit trying to do some strain for a little piece of change. Get your big ass up and get off the field. I'm just saying. Like, but
what is he probably going to have to do next as far as his new adventure? Doing Chris Brown dances like the one I showed Champ the other night?
Lord,
He
God,
might start an OF account, maybe.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Don Marie did. I mean, you just never know.
Dawn Marie is 55 and still almost look the way she did peak WWE Ruthless Aggression era. So there's levels to that. Okay.
What's next? What do you want him to do? You want him to do Pornhub?
Boy,
next,
I want him to find the team because he is still uber talented and can still play in the league. I want him to find the team. I mean,
but BRF. BRF, my question to you is:
okay,
are you at all concerned about the Atlanta Falcons? I'm not saying you're not totally concerned, but are you somewhat concerned?
Well, I mean, I am concerned. It's just that me being a Falcons fan, I'm tired of the gloom and the doom and the throw it away. The season's over. This shit's annoying to me. It's annoying to me. I always try to maintain a level of optimism because I know the talent that is still on this team, even with losing a Jalen Walker and a James Pierce Jr. I know the talent level that's still on this team. Everybody's just ready to punt the season. I'm like, yo, chill out. The NFC South as a whole, to me, is just a little bit overrated. The NFC South as a whole is a little bit overrated. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's pitching pitching their hat in on the Carolina Panthers, what they did late in the season, what they did against the Rams in the playoffs. I'm like, yo, they're a good team. They're not a great team. They're not going to run away with the South. New Orleans has made drastic improvements, particularly on the offensive side of the ball. I love what they've done on the offensive side of the ball. We beat them twice last year. Everybody slow down. Tampa Bay Buccaneers ain't going nowhere. They still got Baker Mayfield. They still got Jalen McMillan. They still have Emeka Ibuka. They still have Bucky Irving.
Unless you can convince Baker to go to H-Town.
No. Baker ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. I think eventually he's going to come in. He's going to play for Tampa. He's going to play it out. And then just let the contract go wherever it goes. I think he's going to come. I think he's going to play he's going to play this year.
No, he has no other option.
Yeah, exactly. He's got no choice.
And by the way, when we say Houston, I'm thinking more next year, not this current season, because obviously they have.
It depends on what CJ Stroud. It depends on what CJ Stroud does this year. Because
CJ has to have a bounce back year to remind.
Because I don't want my thing with CJ Stroud. I don't want people just of the assumption that CJ Stroud is going to suck this year. Because we got to remember, the player I'm looking at is Tank Dell. Because I'm a little worried about his knee, but if we're getting 2024 Tank back before the injury,
that's one of the better.
Pre-2023 Tank when he was just killing the league before he had the injury. That was one of the best number 2s in the league. Nico Collins is in top 5 wide receiver conversation.
I got him top 10.
Yeah, he's definitely top 10. He's in top 5. I mean, he's a top 10 lock. And you can make a case he's in top 5 conversations.
You can make that conversation. I'm just being more conservative.
I'm not saying I don't want to put him in the top 5 conversation, but it's like if you look at the receivers in the league, a person couldn't tell me with a straight face Nico Collins has no reason to be in those conversations. Nico Collins absolutely deserves to be in those conversations, whether you have him in it or not. That's your prerogative. I personally think he belongs in there when you look at his deep threat ability, his ability to run after the catch, his size, his speed, just everything he brings to the table, route running. And I remember him at Michigan. When he was at Michigan, he was like one of those enigmatic type of players that was like, man, when he gets to the league, what is he going to do? What's he going to do? And he's just coming to the league and he just dominated. So, I mean, he's just really kind of he's kind of earned his keep in the league as far as how good he's been as a wide receiver. But Yes, I'm concerned. I'm not going to punt the season, but I am concerned because
I
you
think
worry about what the pass
you got
because you
you
worry
have
about where the pass
optimism.
rush is going to come from.
You have optimism. First of all, Kevin Stefanski is the head coach. So Kevin Stefanski with talent, obviously we expect him to do something because we've seen him with less talent and won Coach of the Year in 2023.
Exactly. He won Coach of the Year and got Cleveland to the playoffs with 6 games of Joe Flacco.
I got more BRF here. Number 2, to the big fella's point, he mentioned about Bijan Robinson and the other BR, Brian Robinson Jr. Combined 500 touches. Bijan doesn't have to run the ball almost all the time. You also have Brian Robinson Jr. in situations. You can use him on 3rd and 1, 3rd and 3, 4th and 1, stuff like that. Balance it out with Bijan, as far as not only running but also catching the football.